Local authorities in Zimbabwe have a constitutional mandate to provide public goods and services to their communities in a democratic, efficient, and effective manner. Yet, the deterioration of service provision in these authorities continues to be a cause of concern by the citizens, the government, and the international community at large.
Funds should be used for. And yet the devolution, if you look at chapter 14, it's directly speaking to citizen participation. So how do we participate to something that is already prescribed?
And poor economy, and then also corruption. If you not run away from that. Although people want to talk of sanctions, maybe the sanctions are affecting, I don't know.
Money from Zinara. Are they remitting this money to local authorities in time so that the local authorities will also deal with the roads?
Where is the third largest city in Zimbabwe? How can you talk of middle class economy when you're left very behind?
Now, some of the highlights of service delivery concerns raised by residents in Gweru can be seen from infrequent water provision, burst water and sewer pipes, physical contamination of major water sources, deterioration of road networks, the non-functioning of traffic lights, non-collection of refuse, and uncompleted capital projects. But the major question we have is, why is it that we continue to see a downward spiral in the provision of these essential services? We will now get to hear from Mr. Cornelius Selipiwe, who represents one of the major residents association groups in the country, that is GRA, Gweru Residents and Ratepayers Association.
Hello there. As we continue to interrogate and look at the issues that the residents of Gweru, the Midlands capital, are facing, we are joined today by the Executive Director of GRA, that's the Gweru Residents and Ratepayers Association, Mr. Cornelius Selipiwe. Mr. Selipiwe, you are aware, as Executive Director of GRA, representing the citizens, you are aware that, I'm sure you and me agree, that at the core and at the center of local governance is the mandate to provide service, proper service delivery to residents in a democratic and efficient manner. As far as the city of Gweru is concerned, is that the case? What is your evaluation of the manner in which the city of Gweru, as a local authority, is executing their duties in delivering service to the citizens? Hey, thank you so much, Mr. Ro. Thank you for having me. But you already emotionally blackmailed me by when you said you and I agree. Now I'm compelled to agree with you, even if I don't want to agree with you. that's one of those things. But I'll tell you what, I mean, in terms of the issues to do with service delivery, we are in a serious problem as citizens of Gweru. I hear in all other local authorities, the challenge is almost the same. But one wonders, why are we in such a serious service delivery quagmire? There are so many factors that we might want to look at. But before I even interrogate those factors, I would want to agree with you that service delivery is non-existent here in Gweru. A townhouse. It's not that people are not paying. Yes, people are not paying because we are living in a very harsh economic environment. But the little money that is being paid
the priorities. Our local authorities getting their priorities wrong. Like for example, if you check, just 3 years back, we were up in arms with our local authority, fighting with our local authority because they had purchased a Prado. It was said to be worth around 200,000 USD in this economy. You are buying a Toyota Prado for a town clerk, yet you don't have utility vehicles. So that on its own will clearly stipulate or will clearly elaborate the issue to do with misplaced priorities. That's number one. Recently employed a manager to do with business transactions. Because of late, what I picked was that they didn't even have the necessary requisites or the necessary skills to deal with tenders. Because if you look at the Kudzanai bus terminus tender, the one that was done by our local authority, we are not benefiting anything as residents. You look at the City Park deal, we are not benefiting anything as residents. You look at all other issues that are emerging, like for example, there was an issue to do with our local authority purchasing a second-hand backhaul, thinking that probably it's a new machine. That on its own will tell you the flaws around tender issues. Recently, there's an issue to do with a transformer that was bought, and in their mind, they were thinking that it's a new transformer. Alas, we just heard recently that the same transformer is an old transformer. So there are issues to do with tenders. There are issues to do with skills within the local authority. These are some of the things that we also need to interrogate. Look at the Ivan market. It's not yet done. And yet it was started long back. I think it's 3-4 years back. The market is not yet done. Kudzanai market is not yet done. You go to, because the green market that you are talking about, the Mchapa market, if they are really collecting money, there must be paper trail in terms of where this money is going. But if there is no paper trail, if there is no account to support that our local authority is actually collecting money there, then we have a challenge. Probably is the council workers or council employees who are collecting this money but not remitting to council. It's just my wild thinking. Because as long as we don't have any paper trail, as long as as long as our local authority cannot account for the money that they are collecting there, then there must be something. Heads must roll. Because at the end of the day, what we need to do is, we need to realize, we need to find out where our money is going, who is collecting, and how much are we collecting monthly. Because of late, there has been some stories around the issue to do with the green market, where our local authority was saying we are not collecting money because the green market has turned political. But we are yet to ascertain whether it's true or not. But you see, it's always difficult, because sometimes when we want information at our local authority, information to do with money, information to do with transparency and accountability, I'll tell you something for a fact. I don't think they have any proper development strategy. I don't think they have any, a collective vision at townhouse there. But my thinking is, we are at fault as residents. Why do I say so? Because we are the ones who are electing unfit deployees. Because the idea here is about policies. The technocrats implement policies that are formulated by councillors. Do we have competent councillors? Do we have councillors who have a vision to make sure that Gweru could be a better place? That's where my challenge is. I think we are electing people based on their ability to sing, based on their ability to talk even more than anyone else, based on their bravery. But we are not electing people based on merit, because this is where the challenge is. It's not about going to school, but it's about being focused. It's about understanding what is the role of a councillor. When you get in there, what is it that you want to do? But what we have seen a lot of people who get into council just to line their pocket. We've seen a lot of people who get into council not for anything else, but to make sure that they create as much. If we elect leaders on merit, not on party lines, leaders who can actually take us far in terms of developmental agenda. But this is where we have as a challenge, because we are supposed to even create what agendas, what development agendas that will then feed into the main Gweru agenda. But I tell you, go to our respective wards. There is no harmony. There is no focus, the convergence.
I'm sure I agree with you. After the 2013 constitutional reform, one of the major issues that was raised in that constitutional making process was of devolution, where local authorities were supposed to be given more power so that they can execute their duties and attend to residents' issues at a local level. We expected as residents and as citizens that things would improve, because there are some issues that if you expect government at national level to attend to you, government is a bit far away. And it would only make sense for local authorities to attend to those issues. In your own opinion, as we conclude, do you think we have reaped the benefits of devolution?
I think it doesn't really make sense to talk about reaping anything out of devolution, yet the devolution framework is not even proper. The devolution framework is not even visible. We don't even know the devolution framework. And the other challenge also that we have seen is that who disburses the devolution funds? When the devolution funds are coming, they are specified to say you are going to use them for this particular area, taking away our right to choose, taking away our right to participate. You know what? Currently, the devolution funds that are being dispersed, they are dispersed specifically for water and sanitation issues only, and nothing else. So that becomes a challenge. Someone in Harare is prescribing what the devolution funds should be used for. And yet the devolution, if you look at chapter 14, it's directly speaking to citizen participation. So how do we participate to something that is already prescribed? Somebody must stop being a doctor and allow us to diagnose our own problems and come up with what we think are our own priorities. So in terms of devolution, I don't even know whether this devolution disbursement is legal or not, because as long as there is no legislative framework to support that, we have a challenge. Who is disbursing? Why are you disbursing? And how do we account for these monies? So at the end of the day, we end up blaming our local authorities for not doing what they are supposed to be doing. And yet sometimes the complaint that has been there, Mr. Taruva, has always been that devolution funds are not disbursed in time. Why delay? You are now compromising the same development that we are talking about. So there is a challenge. There is a challenge. As much as we would want to blame the deployees, but I also think long back, government, the central government, used to give local authorities grants so that it was some kind of a breather, so that the local authorities will also be able to perform. Where are those grants? These are some of the other issues that are there. But I was saying the major elephant in the room is the deployees that we have, but not to say they are solely to blame for the deterioration of service delivery. There are many other factors. Like, for example, in conclusion, we are not able to pay as a resident. Like I was telling you, this is largely a vendor economy city. So everyone is a vendor. Everyone is informal trading. You are selling plastics, I'm selling plastics. You are selling tomatoes, she's selling tomatoes. Who will buy tomatoes from the other? So in natural sense, we are in serious economic challenges as residents of Gweru. At the end of the day, we owe our local authority quite huge sums of money. Government institutions owe our local authority quite huge sums of money. The businesses that are also trying to survive, they are also owing the local authority large sums of money. So at the end of the day, there are plethora of issues that are coming in, but with a focused council, with focused deployees, our challenges could be less. That's my thinking.
Mr. Cornelius Selipiwe, the Executive Director of GRA, that's Gweru Residents and Ratepayers Association. Thank you very much
Thanks
for joining us.
Thanks.
May's Gourmet Catering Services is a reputable provider of catering solutions for all your private, family, and public functions. We strive to be the most preeminent catering company in Sydney, offering ongoing customized catering services and provide unforgettable catering services to our clients to suit their occasions. Our thrust is passion, customer satisfaction, and personalized service delivery. We are committed to maintaining respect, professionalism, and excellence in everything we do while giving you your business customized services. Our services include providing catering solutions to corporate clients, boardroom meetings, conference catering, Christmas parties, gala dinners, VIP lunches, product launch catering, and we also provide social catering for birthdays and anniversaries, engagements and weddings, dinner parties, high teas, school formals, christenings, and dedications. We have a set menu for private functions as well as bespoke menus customized to suit the client's tastes, needs, and budget. For your convenience, high-quality service is provided at the venue of your choice. So what are you waiting for? Do you require catering solutions that suit your convenience and the status of your function? Don't hesitate to get in touch with us to discuss our offer for your next function. May's Gourmet Catering Services, simply unforgettable. To the summit, we will excel.
Harmony Revival Supported Living Services Limited is a reputable provider of home care, supported living, and social and healthcare staffing solutions. We are committed to maintaining respect, professionalism, and excellence in everything we do while giving you or your business customized services. Our services include home care services. For your convenience, high-quality care is provided in the comfort of your own home. Live-in care, domiciliary care, companion care, short breaks, complex care. Supported living services. We support people in the UK to live freely and safely in their communities. This includes personal care, caring for adults over 65 years, caring for adults under 65 years, dementia, learning disabilities, mental health conditions, physical disabilities, sensory impairments. Recruitment services. We provide both temporary and permanent recruiting staffing of. So, what are you waiting for? Do you require care solutions or have any questions? Please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. Our team will gladly assist you. Harmony Revival Supported Living Services Limited. Together in harmony as one, to the summit we will excel.
Now, in order for us to get a broader base of views concerning service delivery in local governance, and more specifically in the city of Gweru, we also engaged Mr. David Shkor, who is the Executive Director of GUPRADA, which happens to be one of the biggest residents groups in the city. In your opinion, and from your observation,
both from Prada and as a citizen, what do you think is the main problem with service delivery in Gweru?
I'm glad that from the onset you pointed out that which separates us from being a rural setting. The things that was hinted on, things like street lighting, drainage, water reticulation, incomplete capital projects like housing, road networks, health, education, and maybe refuse collection. All those things, they are not expected of a rural setting. They are expected of an urban setting. So yes, as a city, starting point is the ailing national economy. We cannot run away from that. That's a reality. It's strange that at times we've got people somewhere along the line saying that the economy is doing well. But if you tell me the economy is doing well and it doesn't translate to my lived reality, then I will not believe you. Tell me the economy is doing well, let me see it down on the road. Let me see improved infrastructure. Let me see the local council not complaining of failing to collect refuse because they are of lack of fuel. But this is a sensitive issue, the issue of electing underqualified representatives. Whether we like it or not, political parties are too scared to do the right thing. They are willing to play to the gallery and end up putting forward people who are underqualified to run it for councillors, for MPs, whatever. So at the end of the day, this is not a contribution to the service delivery malaise that we see, because these city councillors, most of whom are underqualified in terms of academic education and also the issue of professional qualifications. Most of them, they don't have those. We might downplay the issue of education, but it's critical to the performance, because at the end of the day, these are the people who are said to be policy implementers. A policy implementer who cannot interpret the documents that then run the city. Obviously, you should expect that there's going to be a disaster. Then there's also the issue of interference from the ministry. Yeah, because there are laws that have a tendency on interfering with the functions, whether it's political or whatever, but at the end of the day, the end result is that we on the ground, we suffer because maybe someone feels that if I allow activity A to happen in an urban setting, it will improve the ratings of a party that's not mine. So that on its own really affects. We've seen the government has a capacity to fund some projects in urban settings. It was evidenced like in the March by-elections, whereby it heavily contested by-elections in 2022 last year. You could see that there was a lot of activity where government sort of aided councils, urban councils that they wanted to win. So it means that government has got the capacity, but for one reason or another, they choose not to, for as long as urban councils which are predominantly run by the opposition. So already it's a platform for disaster, because there's that kind of interference. Poorly qualified, should we say, policymakers, and poor economy, and then also corruption. We cannot run away from that. Although people want to talk of sanctions, maybe the sanctions are affecting, I don't know, but in platforms that we have been to, we've come to understand, yes, sanctions. Okay, let me not talk about sanctions, but corruption. There is corruption at the local authority. In some cases, go for years without a conclusion, no closure. And when okay, yeah, we as a residents association at times we are found in the thick of things, trying to resuscitate dead cases. Some of them have been called stale cases, but we have said to people that no, we don't have stale cases. We call them cold cases, which need to be reawakened. We are doing that. So those are the things: corruption, interference, government, poorly qualified personnel, and then underperforming economy. Resistance, because there's this thing of just saying, okay, you are now making politics of elitist, but at the end of the day, we are a nation. We cannot. I mean, we should be able to understand that there are levels at which people can operate. If you are not competent in something, stay out of it. But it looks like our politics is structured in such a way that for as long as you can dance or maybe make a lot of noise at a party level, you can, ascend to a higher position even without the qualification. But we've been trying to impress us. And then we also have NDS 1, which is talking about Vision 2030, which is cause of middle class economy, upper middle class economy. Middle class economy is basically putting up walls. I don't know, maybe it makes sense to someone somewhere, but to some of us it doesn't make sense. We celebrate the installation of walls. Yeah, someone even says, no, in my ward they are solarized, but they are boreholes. We're in town. So the government should just be serious. Okay, yeah, okay, I'm talking about local authorities, but now here on water reticulation, whether we like it or not, the city council, the local authority cannot go it alone. We can't go it alone. We don't have the funds. If you then say Gweru is going to be part of the middle class economy by the year 2030, you should be serious enough to understand the fact that there is need for an investment in that in the water reticulation. The issue is aging infrastructure. We've got pumps that were installed 1957, pipes installed 1957. What do you expect them to be doing? This is now 77 years on. We should be serious. So here the government, we would continue. We have appealed through our council, and we continue to appeal. It's only that our councillors, or maybe our council, is too scared, too timid to approach government. But we have impressed on them the need to say, okay, guys, on this you can't go it alone. Much as you want to say, hey, next month we will increase to 85 megaliters. It will be a pipe dream until you fix the water infrastructure, and you can't do it all alone. Go and approach central government. Central government has got FDI, foreign direct investment. They've got a way of doing it. So it's water reticulation, the road network, untrafficable roads. Come on. We are in urban setting. I don't have to be forced to buy a 4x4 vehicle. If I want a fuel saver, a low profile fuel saver, it's my choice. I'm in urban setting, and you are making me pay rates for roads like that. So, I mean, if you allow me to, come on, you talk of a drainage in town. This is something else. It's not like I'm vilifying my city. I love my city. I was born and bred in this town. For your own information, I'm proud of my city. It's the city that I call home, and I want it to perform better. Maybe it's my passion. I want it to perform better, to be more proud of it. But come on, it's letting us down. And someone is seated in an office and they're saying we're doing work every day. Yeah, maybe they're trying their best, but their best is a bad best. Maybe it's because of the things that I cited. They are in the offices. They should do something about it. But their best is a bad best. There's a song which says, "Beasts of England, beasts of every land and clime, hearken to my joyful song." these are animals wishing utopia, a land of milk and honey. It's the same that I wish for Gweru. I wish the same. But with the way things are going, we say 10 years from now is maybe around Vision 2030. I wish it would be what is written in NDS 1, but I don't see it happening, because you cannot write documents and not then support them in action. NDS 1 is a beautiful document. It promises so much. So there should be a synchronization of programs between central government and local government. Not to say because they are not from our political party will not help them. No, it won't take us anywhere. NDS 1 will continue to be a figment of someone's imagination, to continue to be a dream until the day that someone seriously considers doing the right thing and invest in local authorities. Because local authorities are actually the cities that form the country. When we talk of state like which economy, and maybe they want to develop the new city, the new city that's outside Harare there, but that's not the country. The country includes all us also, Bulawayo, and also all urban cities that they are crying. Water infrastructure is dead. The roads are dead. Drainage is dead. Refuse collection is dead. City councils are not supported with fuel. When you find government departments, they can go to CMED and get fuel at paying RTGS. But local authorities, they can't. So there's need for synchronization and not victimization. Local authorities are being victimized. Why? Because they are being run by the opposition. We are doing it. If we are serious about NDS 1, we are not being political here. We are just a resident association. But like we said, we are saying Guprada is united. We are saying all stakeholders should be united in the cause of the country. How do then, if you now make it right with us, with your cities, then you can make it right with your country. So, where the central government is to play a part, must play its part. So let's stop this blame game. Someone somewhere knows what needs to be done. They must do it. They just must do it. I'm so passionate about this city. I see it somewhere. Yes, maybe in my brain it's utopia, it's not achievable. Maybe it's sugarcane, the mountain, I don't know. But that's my hope for Peru. I hope that it becomes the city that is described in NDS 1. Someone somewhere sit down and believe what they were writing. They should make it a reality. There's a problem at our council because our council is divided on political lines. That division again on its own is causing the stagnation of any effort towards putting order at the Tapa market. There are no toilets. Now, especially now when it's raining, there's a risk of waterborne diseases. And believe you me, next to that market is a sprawling, densely populated suburb of poor people, Mtapa, the oldest suburb in Gweru. You can imagine that if there's an outbreak of cholera in a city where there are poor health facilities, you can imagine the level of carnage. People will die like fleas. Or maybe it's because the people in Tapa are poor and no one cares about them. They are marginalized. Why they can be allowed to die? So maybe that's why no one is doing anything about the Tapa market. But Tapa market is in a place calling for urgent attention because people can die if there's an outbreak of, which is a high potential. Because you go there anytime. It's a mess. It's a mess. Banana peels, as we have seen, not being told, people peeing, defecating in open places. So anything can happen at the Mtapa market. This is not an exaggeration, that's a reality. We have seen it. It has been reported, but we've actually seen it. So no one can then say, I mean, it's reported. We witnessed it firsthand. People urinating, people defecating in open spaces. So the risk of waterborne disease is very high. There's need for sanitize that market. And also there's need for order so that council can collect its revenue properly. A politicization of a council resource. Political parties, please rein in your lieutenants, rein in the people that whether you call them cadres, whatever they are. There's need for discipline in that end, because the cities